just about set in Vegas. Underway, and it will be Thomas getting the first touch, and he had a crease, but a good job by the Trojan special teams. Nussmeier will throw quickly, and that's Kyra Lacey. First play of first down for LSU. First and 10 from the 38. That's on a little half roll. He'll fire again, and Lacey, I think he got a foot down again. So 2 plays, and they go to a guy who made big plays for them as the 3rd receiver a year ago.
Yeah, and this time a little play action to get him away from potential pressure. This is a great catch by Lacey. Remember, you lose 2 big-time receivers to the NFL, and Brian Thomas and Malik Neighbors. It's Kyron Lacey's turn now to be that guy.
They averaged nearly 19 yards a catch a year ago. They go to the ground for the first time with the veteran Josh Williams wearing that hallowed number 18 for LSU. On second down, and there's a completion to the transfer from Liberty, C.J. Daniels. And the gives to Jackson, and the Trojans are there to stop him. Maybe picked up half a yard. Mason Cobb. Nussmeier fires out to the flat. There's Lacey, and he's going to have enough for the first down. 3rd catch of this drive for Kyron Lacey. Nussmeier back to work. He throws to the outside, and he's got another completion, and guess who? Flags will fly as LSU, the false start.
Yeah, the center gets mixed up there. Remember, the only rookie at all.
Snap infraction. Offense number 79. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
Air Alexander
now they
into the game for SC. They protect him, and they get it out to the tight end, Mason Taylor. Taylor all the way down to the 20-yard line, and he's got another first down for the Tigers. Now 1st and 10, just outside the 20. Back to the ground, and running with the ball is Jackson, and Caleb Jackson showing up. I checked that, 18, not 28, is Josh Williams. Either way, he's showing the power, and he gets it down inside the 10. It'll be 1st and goal.
Watch the right tackles block Emory Jones. We talked about him being potentially a first-rounder. Good job on Mason Cobb, and good low center of gravity from Josh Williams, who's in his 6th year. Another guy that's kind of paid his dues and becomes a leader in this team just being on the field with him. But one of these typical backs, not real tall, really strong, especially through the thighs in the midsection area. Big, powerful guy, tough to bring down.
Offensive line has kept the Trojans from creating too much havoc, but that time USC gets into the backfield, and Eric Gentry makes the play.
So without the threat of Jaden Daniels, this is what LSU is going to feel when they show this look. They're just collapsing down. Now, Nussmeier's athletic enough to be able to pull that, but if Jaden Daniels is in the game, you know, last year, he's pulling out, he's around the corner, he's in the end zone laughing. Now they don't feel that threat, so not just USC, but everybody no longer worried about number 5 there in the yellow shirt.
One of the things Joe Sloan told us, they're going to have to replace 1,100 yards rushing, probably about a dozen more carries for the back. A pass from Nussmeier to Lacey in the end zone. Did he get it down? He did not. He is ruled out of bounds. Kyron thought he had his first touchdown of the season. Jacoby
Rolling on the field is an incomplete pass.
The right foot comes down out of bounds. Look at the location, by the way, of this football. Outside, over that outside shoulder, gives him a chance, but the right foot is about 6 inches to the outside. Covered there by Covington. So close. Perfectly placed football there by Nussmeier. Boy, he is feeling it here early.
And for USC, they are showing some resistance, and what a confidence boost it could be if they could force a field goal try. 3rd and goal for Nussmeier. He'll throw the slant. He's got it complete, but his receiver will be stopped short. It's Kyle Parker, and it'll be 4th down. Pressure coming, they're on Nussmeier, he gets away, and he has to throw it away, and the Trojans get a stop. The defensive coordinator, Danton Lynn, just heated up LSU with a blitz on 4th and goal and stopped them, so the Trojans take over, and Miller Moss completes his first pass. A little extracurricular activity against Zachariah Branch, a little Knock to the noggin from Jordan Allen there. Because Perkins is in 7. Switches Raymond Perkins over number 4 and USC's number 4, Woody Marks. Pressure coming, and Perkins got back there and hit Moss, and the Bayou Bengals swarm. So the Trojans will have to punt. Eddie Chapleski booted away. It's Xavier Thomas. We talked about him on the kickoff return. He backpedals close to his 15. Now he'll try to find a corner. Thomas slips a couple of tackles. Now going back the other way. Does he have enough speed to turn the corner? He does not. Excellent discipline on the punt coverage team. Empty backfield now, and Thomas, the return man, is in the backfield and is giving it on the motion in reverse. Nussmeier to Aaron Anderson. He tries to make a guy miss, and he does, and Aaron gets it up to about the 44-yard line. So a 3rd and 6 to try to keep this drive going. Nussmeier, Anderson has another catch, but he is going nowhere. What a tackle in the open field by Kamari Ramsey. All-American return man a year ago, Zachariah Brandt. See if he is willing to kick it Zachariah's way. He signals for the fair catch, and he'll make it. Moss to throw. He has a man down the middle, finds his tight end, and Lake McCree makes his second catch. Back to the ground, and LSU wins that one. Getting a tackle for loss, which is a goal for Blake Baker's defense.
Yeah, Blake Baker taking over a defense. They just kind of lost their way last year. Matt House is a great coach. It just didn't work out for whatever reason. You know, they were near the bottom of in the country in most stats, and Blake Baker works part-time psychologist just to try to get this team to believe in themselves that they can be good again. He had a great year last year at Missouri. We know what he's all about. He's aggressive, creating havoc. I think his defense has really responded to him very well. We'll see how they do tonight.
SC setting it up, and there is Branch. Branch is electric. He's across the 45 and dances out of bounds just short of midfield.
Speaking of Lincoln Riley type of offense, watch the action from Miller Moss. You move in the receiver there who you're going to end up throwing the football to. The action goes to the right, then throw it all the way back. That defense, I think, got caught up in that play action, assuming that ball would come out the other way, and they're able to get to the back door with that convoy, get big yards.
Picked up 19 on that one. Moss has hit all 5 of his passes, and they're just short of getting it into LSU territory in the early moments of the second quarter. Moss getting to the edge, getting heat, and he has to throw it away before he gets knocked down.
Delay a game, defense using disconcerting signals. 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
So Moss goes to work, and he dumps it out to Quentin Joyner. Joyner gets down, and the defense rise up to the ground. Easily picks up the 1st down as Joyner found a crease.
Good job by the left side of that offensive line against that blitz that time. Wes Weeks shoots through. He's going to come right through here. You see this tackle is able to come down and pick that up. You're just trying to get short yardage. Blake Baker getting aggressive. Pretty good recognition by Elijah Page there. They feel he could be elite. 1st-year starter on that left side.
Did you see the photos of him walking into practice during camp? He is a gargantuan human being.
Listed at 6'7", 320.
Looked bigger than that. He made a big block there, and Moss buys a little time. Puts it into traffic. Did he Mason. Oh, my goodness, what a catch.
What a play. That's just a one-hand. Let me throw my hand up and give it a shot. That's between two defenders. Then if they loses the ball, I'm sure they're going to take a look at that to see if he held on to it. I say just for the
previous play is
effort,
under
we
further
give it to
review.
him.
Hey,
Early
man.
on the field was a catch for a first down.
One hand, ball comes out, two hands. I'm pulling for him. Hold on to that ball.
That's a catch. I think he had it.
Bill, I don't care what you say. That's a catch.
After further review, the ruling on the field stands. First down.
Miller Moss back to work, firing for the corner of the end zone, and there's going to be a flag and pass interference as Moss tried to get it to Jacoby Lane, and Sage Ryan was a little tangled up with the Trojan receiver.
Pass interference. Defense number 3. The foul occurred in the end zone. The ball will be placed at the 2-yard line. Automatic first down.
They'll get it to Montana. He's into the end zone for the first touchdown of the season for USC.
That's why Brian Kelly is furious.
Well, this will be a more
Delay
conventional.
game. Offense, 5-yard penalty. First down.
Now that 1,400 pounds shouldn't be confused with the weight Lincoln Riley feels to get this thing going at USC after a disappointing year last year. And 2 times in a row, Nussmeier has gone to Mason Taylor.
Well, I love this call. And a good job of improvising here. Here is Taylor. He's going to come in motion, but watch how Nussmeier, who's off to a really good start in this game, tight end kind of follows that motion. He kind of changes that arm angle because of the pressure from Muhammad and just kind of gets it out in the flat there.
Well, they had to pick up a few inches for the first down, and Williams will get him more than that. He's out close to the 45. Quick completion, and Xavier Thomas. Street closed tonight. They expect to get him back later in the season. Nussmeier back to work. Another completion. This one to C.J. Daniels. It's a first down for LSU. Lacey in motion. Nussmeier looking that way now. On the wheel, throws it up. Lacey caught it. Did he get down this time? He did. Touchdown, LSU. Here is Branch. Looking for room. Branch has a seam. Goodbye. Oh, I thought he had him. He couldn't. What a play by the kickoff man to get him. Moss flips it out, and that was probably the first really inaccurate pass he threw to Jay Fair. Now flags all over the place on the near side of the field.
Personal foul. Illegal blindside block. Offense number 8. 15-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
Pleased to be staying in the game, I'm sure. LSU showing a little heat. Miller Moss in trouble, and Miller Moss not free. The ball's on the ground. I think Emmanuel Pregnon might have gotten on it. It was Savion Jones who came in there and knocked it away from the USC quarterback.
Now they bring a blitz out here, which actually frees up. They feel very confident that they can win on the edge. It's pretty easy to win on the edge when you bring that blitz and put that right tackle in an either-or situation. Mason Murphy decides that he's got to pick up that blitzer, Major Burns, and it freed it up for the big man there.
So now the penalty and the sack. They've backed all the way up to the 24. Here's Moss. This time a screen. Flips it out. There's Branch. He had the kickoff return. Zachariah Branch gets down to the 4-yard line. Man, is he fun to watch.
It's a heck of a job by Moss just to get this football off. I thought Savion Jones again was going to have a chance to be able to knock it down right there. But then downfield, look at the blocks. The center getting downfield makes a really nice block. Now they're back where they really started here on 1st and goal.
And it's 3rd and goal now. They try to pay off that great kickoff return from Branch, and then a scintillating play on the screen. Moss firing to the end zone, going the other way. Oh, and he had it for a second. And Kyron Hudson, who made that great catch earlier, couldn't keep control as he went out of bounds. LSU will keep it on the ground, a little toss to the edge, and slamming his way for 3 or 4 is Caleb Jackson. Another strike from Nussmeier to Lacey. He's inside the 35 and down to the 32. He is slinging darts, man. Josh Williams in the backfield. Josh slips a tackle from Jamil Muhammad, but he does not get away from Nate Clifton as we have hit the 2-minute mark here in the first half.
This is the 2-minute timeout.
Dumps it to Taylor, and SC is there to stop him immediately. Between the 35 and 36, Ramos. Weather away. And we are tied at 10 with 1:08 to play here in the first half.
Own offensive lineman's back in his jersey, maybe the helmet.
And they picked up 9 on that pass to Kyron Hudson, and Woody Marks trying to get to the first down marker.
I think he's fine. It's on the follow through. I think he looks like he's fine. It just hits him right on the back there. I just noticed he was kind of flexing his hand after that. Did not pick up the first down, so we do have that 3rd and short.
And the clock's still running because of that. It'll be interesting if they pick it up here to see if USC gets a little more aggressive, but there are a lot of seconds draining off this clock right now.
Lincoln Riley calls the timeout.
Well, Moss getting some heat. They tried to send it up to the back. Woody Marks broke 1 tackle, but not the second one. A lot of white shirts there. Well, Moss getting some heat. They tried to send it up to the back. Woody Marks broke 1 tackle, but not the second one. A lot of white shirts there. Ready to a short stop, and let's see if Lincoln uses a timeout. Oh, I checked that. I beg your pardon. Picked up the first down. That was a 3rd down play, so it will stop momentarily. And now the clock is winding again. And Moss throws it out in the flat, gets it out to his tight end McCree, who's knocked out of bounds. And clock will stop with 23 seconds to play here in the first half. Moss right down the middle and right on the money finds Mekhi Lemon. That'll be a first down to the 36. And based on pregame warmups, they're right on the edge of field goal range already. Go on the ground. Woody Marks has a seam. Marks inside the 20, and he's knocked down. Clock will stop to move the change. 12 seconds left. SC still with a timeout. Moss getting up there quickly, trying to spike the ball. He does, and he gets it stopped with 9 showing on the clock. Instead, they'll try the run again. Marks tried to slip one tackle, and he's knocked down at about the 12, and with 3 ticks, now 2 ticks, Lincoln gets the timeout. It is on the way, and he missed it. Both performed well in the bowl games at the end of last year. First carry of the second half goes to Woody Marks. Mississippi State transfer had a good first half. It's another carry. He's getting up close to the 50-yard mark as you look at the stats for both quarterbacks.
Pretty good, huh? And you can see Miller Moss getting the ball downfield. Garrett Nussmeier has had some rhythmic throws where the ball's been able to get out quickly. A lot of that has to do with USC's coverage, just kind of sitting back, so he's taking advantage of some of those quick throws. Good shot of him there in the backdrop as Miller Moss goes to work here.
Nussmeier getting those hammies loose for when his turn comes. Joyner was in the backfield. Quentin Joyner, and he gets away from the tackler, Braden Swinson, who was about to body slam him, it looked like, and somehow Swinson let him slip out of his grasp.
But what a job right here. Just being able to shoot a gap here. Transfer from Wisconsin. Paez does a nice job. And even though he didn't bring him down, it's just the fact that he just disrupted the play. Allows the rest of that defense. Eventually, they bring Joyner down. Joyner's known as a speed guy. They're showing some power.
3rd down and 3 in this opening possession of the second half. Empty backfield. Marks split out wide. They'll get it out to Mekhi Lemon, and Lemon had it knocked free. Lemon tried to get on top of it just in case it was a backward pass. I think that was
Rolling on the field
clear.
is an incomplete pass.
I think that was pretty clearly an incomplete pass. His former backup, Garrett Nussmeier, that's his first possession of the second half. To the ground now. Second time in a row here in the second half. First 2 plays in the second half, LSU runs it. This one with Caleb Jackson.
This defense from USC is doing a good job. We've talked so much about the quarterbacks, but again, Danton Land, the new defensive coordinator. This defense from USC allowed 40 points or more in a game 5 times last season. That's second most in the Power 5. And they only allowed 10 against LSU in this first game of the year.
SC went 3 and out, first 3 and out of the game when they had it. Now the Trojan defense trying to force LSU into a 3 and out. Nussmeier fires outside, and that is a really good grab by C.J. Daniels, who tried to stretch to get that to the marker. And changed things up after that, and there was a miscommunication, and that could have very easily been disastrous. Ashton Stamps was there. Empty backfield. Miller Moss. Got time. Firing down the middle. This time no one knocks it away from Ford. Ford across midfield. Into LSU territory before he's finally knocked down. In motion, and I think we might have a little early movement. There's a flag down on the far side of the field.
The Page has had such a tough night. That time he's trying to get a head start.
False start. Offense number 72. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
Moss down needing 12. Buys a little time. Completes it to Ford. Moss throwing the fade, throwing deep, and flags coming everywhere. everywhere as they're going to get P.J. Woodland, the youngster, the freshman from Hattiesburg, Mississippi, for interference.
And never located the football. You know, it's a tough thing to do,
Pass
especially for a
interference.
true freshman.
Defense number 11. 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
Instead, it's 2nd and 10. Joyner on the ground. Joyner met in there by number 40, Whit Weeks. Moss under heat. Down he goes. That was just spectacular. Flags flying, and
A rare mistake there by the left tackle, Will Campbell.
False start. Offense number 66. 5-yard penalty, first down.
I was about to say a few snaps ago that this has been a relatively clean game in terms of penalties, but now LSU is starting to pile up a few. It's the 7th one. Had the big pass interference penalty earlier that aided that previous field goal drive for the Trojans. Nussmeier over the middle. There's Mason Taylor. Taylor's got the catch again. Look who's loose. It's John Emery back at LSU, and the former highly touted high school running back who's had a star-crossed career rips off a huge gain on that one, 39 yards. Back to Emery. Why not? Emery slamming inside the 20. He's got an LSU first down, it would appear. Jackson has it. He slips a tackle. He's finally hit by Mascarenas Arnold. He's got Aaron Anderson. Anderson has a pass to the end zone, and LSU's back on top late in the 3rd.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. Offense, correction, defense number 6. That 15-yard penalty will be enforced on the kickoff. That's number 6's first unsportsmanlike foul of the game.
Squib it down the middle and hope it bounces free, but USC is able to corral it effectively. Makai Lemon
Kept it out of the hands of one, so that's a win.
False start. Offense number 6. 5-yard penalty, second down.
And Marks will try to get some of that ground back. He gets it up across the 10 to the 12-yard line, brings up 3rd and long. Is Chapleski to bunt it away. Thomas trying to clear everyone away from it, and it's going to get a nice USC roll, and their Trojans are trying to get it to roll more, and it gets down, and masterfully so, I'd say. Back to the ground for LSU. Wait, John Emery. Look at John Emery being able to finish his career in a place that's been important to him, and boy, he's had an impact in this game tonight as Nussmeier flips it out there, and the aforementioned Mr. Emery is becoming a go-to guy. get the ball back. Here's Emery. Emery runs into Eric Gentry, and he's knocked down after a pickup of 3 or 4. Pressure coming. Nussmeier gets rid of it. A little miscommunication. As is thrown out of the backfield, complete to Josh Williams, and Kamari Ramsey, who's made several plays in the open field tonight, makes the stop and forces the 4th down.
So they walked up 7 guys here, and you're trying to figure out, even with a veteran, experienced offensive line, if they're going to all come like they did just the last play, are they going to drop out? And he feels that pressure and has to check it down. And because they went from that man look pre-snap to a zone look, they had eyes on the football and forced him to throw it underneath, and they're able to make that play.
Hope you watch College Game Day on Saturday. Nick Saban's film room, he talked about things like that with the simulated pressures that Mike Elko and Texas A&M do so well. You see Lynn executing it and his players executing it for USC. Branch hauls it in. Flag comes flying in as he makes the fair catch.
There is no foul on the play. Timeout.
Great finish coming. First carry of this drive goes to Woody Marks of USC. Moss throwing the glass, finds McCree, and late McCree, who's had some big plays tonight, makes the grab. Jordan Allen knocks him down into first down at C.
Greg Penn has his eyes in the backfield here. The backers here kind of following the quarterback. The blitz, the linebacker on one side. See his eyes kind of looking out this way? What a call by Lincoln Riley to then slip the tight end right behind him. So the action of the receiver, Lemon, draws the eyes of the defense and then slipping him right behind it with a perfectly executed pass there by Miller Moss.
Well, McCree had an injured knee in bowl practice, came back quickly. So good to have the pads on. He's made an impact tonight. Boy, Moss is feeling all kinds of heat. And how in the world did he get that in there? Jacoby Lane with a grab. Moss again, heat's coming, fires, and he's got his tight end McCree again. He'll pick up about 7 down to the LSU 43. Down the middle, another completion and another USC first down. This time it's Cade Eldridge.
Don't underestimate Lincoln Riley in these situations. I know he's been a little bit off the radar the last couple years as far as what's wrong with USC, but this guy is as good as there is at calling plays. This guy's as good as there is at holding back plays and formations and personnel groupings to get into the 4th quarter in a 1-possession game and come up with new ways to attack you. So just when you think you have a handle on how he's attacking, he's going to change the page on you and try to be one step ahead.
Quentin Joyner, the speed back to the left of Moss. Joyner has it. Joyner runs through a tackle or 2. 2nd and 6. Pressure off the edge. Ball batted high into the air. Still up there and diving for it and almost intercepted. It'll be an incomplete pass. That was Deshaun Womack who got a hand on it. On 4th down in LSU territory. Moss fires and it's batted away again. And this time it rolls. Intercepted. I'm not sure he controlled it. Whit Weeks again had it in his hands. And it was stripped away. And LSU gets the stop.
Rolling on the field.
Well, LSU fans, welcome to the
first down, LSU.
Blake Baker as your defensive coordinator.
Field, and now LSU is backed up after Major Burns was called for the unsportsmanlike conduct for taking his helmet off after that. And SC trying to answer. Big play up front. Nussmeier on 2nd down. Fires underneath. They've got it complete. And out there to a tight end there very high on Kamorion Pimpton making the grab and hitting out right to the 30-yard line. Need to get it to the 31 for the first down. LSU lines up quickly. Emery, he is hit in the backfield and he didn't get there. LSU another stoppage should they need it. Miller Moss back to work, firing, got Kyron Hudson. Hudson into LSU territory inside the 45 and down to the 43-yard line, a pickup of 21.
Look at the anticipation here. Ball's out now. Receiver's head isn't even looking for the football right there, and he does a nice job of putting it right in the hole. That's a lot of work over the summer with this new group of receivers. I love that he felt the blitz, got the ball out, his receiver cut right into that throwing lane for a big completion.
Hey, Herbie, Miller Moss just went over 300 yards for the night. He's trying to give his team the lead. Pressure off the edge, but they get loose. It's Woody Marks. Marks bouncing off tacklers inside the 30 and down to about the 28-yard line. Another explosive play for the Trojans. I caught Major Burns offside. Moss going to try to make him pay. Throwing to the end zone. He's got it. Touchdown, Jacoby Lane. Now the SC faithful making some noise, and we talked about the problems that the crowd had caused for SC. Now LSU getting a taste.
False start. Offense number 66.
We've seen
5-yard
Campbell,
penalty.
he's
First
in a
down.
two-point stance. And again, whether it's crowd noise or looking across from him, it's Shelby. Not sure what it is, but he clearly flinches. He's saying, I can't hear you.
Yeah.
Can't hear you.
2 false starts, and LSU's been penalized 9 times for 85 yards tonight. More than double the number of penalties and yardage as USC. And now they have Emory Jones moving, but he's saying he was reacting to the movement on the edge from the SC defense. Let's see what the officials say.
But was Lucas across? Was he in the neutral zone? He moved for sure. He's saying, why didn't they snap the ball?
Offside. Defense number 6 in the neutral zone, causing the offense to react. 5-yard penalty. First down.
So you want to be a head coach?
Yeah.
BK Lynn looks cool as can be. Here's the play.
Yeah, 6 at the bottom, movement, and because he's in a neutral zone when the right tackle, Emory Jones, flinches, it's on the defense as long as he's in that neutral zone.
Well, really nothing happened. We're back to 1st and 10. That's Meyer to Anderson. Anderson had a touchdown earlier, picks up a few. These defenses play clock, getting on top of him. Nussmeier gets it off. Needs to pick up the first down here. He's got a wide open Anderson, and he's into USC territory. Aaron Anderson knocked down inside the 30, and Nussmeier comes up with a huge play.
Recognition again by Nussmeier.
Got 41 on 3rd and 4. Now Emory back at the ground, didn't get much. On 2nd and 10, backfield's empty. Nussmeier stands in, fires to the outside, and the catch is made by Xavier Thomas for a first down. Garrett Nussmeier pulls it out of the back and throws and short hops it to Aaron Anderson, and now it's going to be 3rd down, and it also stops the clock. SC playing right now with only 1 timeout remaining. A sizable 3rd down. Trojans have 1 red zone stop against LSU, the opening drive of the game. Can they get another? Flag flying, Nussmeier throwing, and ball is broken up, intended for Kyron Lacey. Let's see what the flag on the far side of the field is about. Kevin Marr, white hat. The penalty is going to be against LSU. And the question is Lincoln Riley ready to force this 4th down and likely field goal attempt here?
Illegal shift. Offense number 18 and number 2. That penalty's declined, brings up 4th down.
It looked like Kyron Lacey, to me, was a little bit confused when he started to go into motion. He starts to move. Garrett Nussmeier's kind of giving him the signal, but at the same time, you see movement in the backfield from Josh Williams. At that point, that's the illegal shift. You almost got a timeout there. Nussmeier almost elected on that 3rd down to call a timeout. Anyway, SC declines it to set up this 4th down and a field goal attempt.
So Damian Ramos will try to draw the Tigers even. Like the game winner against Arkansas, 20 yards out. This one from 31 yards away and for the tie. On the way and right down the strip here in Las Vegas, and we are tied at 20. 1:47 to go. The easy completion out to Marks. Marks up across the 25 to the 30. He'll be stopped there. Clock continues to run. As Kirk mentioned, only one timeout for the Trojans.
I think they have a great deal of confidence in Miller Moss based on what we talked to Lincoln Riley about just situational awareness, understanding down and distance, having a little bit of urgency, but not doing anything crazy here.
LSU would like to get pressure to keep everything in front of them. They're able to do so, but that'll be a 1st down. Jacoby Lane. You saw that green line down about the 36 where SC needs to get it. Zachariah Branch is open. Now Branch goes down a little bit short of the 1st down marker, so the clock continues to run down to 55.
Savion Jones has had a great night, not necessarily coming up with a ton of sacks, but it seems like every time they throw, he is hitting the quarterback or pushing an offensive lineman back into the face of the quarterback. Lined up on the left side of the offense.
Well, won the ball and get the 1st down. They tried to do that in the 1st half to stop the clock, and they didn't get the 1st down and kept rolling. This time, the clock will stop long enough to reset the chains as Marks gets the 1st down. Boy, could they use those right now? I'm sure they're thinking. See if Moss can make up for it. Throws back to Kyron Hudson, who smartly steps out of bounds with 22 seconds to go. See if they can get heat on Moss. Only rushing 3. Ball is batted down. It's incomplete. 18 seconds remain. 2nd down and 10. 18 seconds.
Every yard counts, right? Oh, now they get movement.
Well, now they're pointing at Noah again, but that was after the defensive shift on the defensive line. And we saw this called earlier.
We sure did. That was a controversial call for
Yes,
Brian
it was.
Kelly.
They'll talk it over, make sure they get this one right.
Who wants to go back to the LSU sideline if they call this delay a game on the defense?
False start.
Okay, we're not going back to the sideline.
Offense number 77, 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
Well, Noah got away with it, I thought, in the previous play, but not this time.
Well, if you're just joining us and wondering what we're talking about, there's a very similar play where all 3 D linemen moved like that together, and we saw movement by USC, and they called delay a game on the defense instead of movement by the guard. That time it goes the other way, and it pushes USC back. Maybe a makeup call from the previous play.
2nd down and 15. Got to get it into field goal range. Moss throwing to Hudson. Hudson takes a big hit, but he got the hut. What a catch again. That's 2 spectacular catches, and there's a flag down. This may put them right on the doorstep for field goal range if it's targeted. Hudson had a spectacular catch, one hand in the 1st half. He's had a couple of balls knocked away, one of which could have been a score, but boy, he won't have one bigger than that one.
The result of the play is a 1st down, personal foul, targeting, defense number 2. The previous play is under further review, 15-yard penalty, automatic 1st down. After further review, the ruling on the field of a catch is stands. The ruling on the field of targeting is confirmed. Number 2 is disqualified for the remainder of the game. Half the distance to the goal, automatic 1st down.
Jordan Gilbert kicked out of the game, and now They'll march it half the distance to the goal, and USC still with that timeout. They'll be able to center the ball, put it in any position the kicker wants, but he did miss a short one earlier.
In the end of the first half, you know, I'm pulling for him. We're all, you know, you always want to see these guys do well, but he did miss a 29-yarder at the end of the first half. They're just going to try to, assume, get it in the center of the field or get it where he likes it and call that last time out.
I would think so. New field goal kicker for USC is Michael Lance. He's a transfer from Georgia Southern. Woody March might make it a moot point, and he does. Talk about all the field goals, and Woody March rumbles into the end zone, and USC is on top with 8 seconds to play. Nussmeier throws an interception, and that's how it's going to end. Mason Cobb picks it off, and the Trojans will have a victory. And what a way to christen USC in the
on the
Big
field
Ten.
as an interception.
And with a victory over LSU here in Las Vegas.